Paranormal.
Welcome to Radio Paranormal.
Good evening, sir.
I feel kind of low.
Because I'm so tall? Because I'm not. I mean, you met me. I don't tower over
It's
you.
because I had to scoot up because I've only got one contact in and I can't see anything. But I'll be relaxed in a minute. Speaking of relaxing, have you relaxed yet from the Paracon?
No, it's not stopped, which is a good
Looks
thing.
like I'm on a bumpy dirt road. I'm not. I'm in a chair. I promise.
Are you back on that bus from the ghost hunt again?
Woo! Hey, y'all. Those of you that went on the ghost hunt, let me know. Let me know in the comments. And for those of you that went on the second night, aren't you glad you didn't die under that underpass?
Oh,
Only
geez.
those on the tour will know. Jen doesn't even know about that.
No, I don't. Oh, my God. So first
It was
time
fun.
meeting you. Oh, my God, that was crazy.
Right? We have been doing this. Well, I interviewed you first like 4 years ago on my show.
Yeah.
My old show, Shaman Sundays. And here we are like 4 years later, and we had never met in person until the Paracon.
Everyone was so surprised, too, which I thought it was added too much rum punch. That's funny. Yes, girl.
Oh, that's my beautiful wife. Yeah, you missed out, but that's okay, baby.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, and then went, hi, I'm Princess, and you're Jennifer. I like being, I'm only Kim's princess. So what are we talking about? Usually we sit here and we hype up New Orleans Paracon 2026, but that's over. So what are we going to talk about now?
New Orleans Paracon 2027.
Hot damn, it's coming back again.
It is, and it's going to be a little different because we are adding. First of all, we're changing locations. We are switching hotels. Hello, James, from the Astor Crown Plaza to the Sheraton, New Orleans, which is the host hotel for most of the major events here. Like, I don't know, this football game that's once a year called a Scooper Bowl. Host
What
hotel.
is that?
That
Yay,
I know.
sports.
I know, right? NCAA events. I mean, this is a host hotel. This is what they do. So we're hoping this is going to be our home for a while because they've got room for us to grow for sure. And we're also adding cryptidids and UFOs or UFOs to the paranormal. So we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to have a little and floating gnomes with twigs, and we're going to have possibly, and it's a good thing I'm saying this and not Chris, horror people.
That's a podcast for another time when I have to explain the Appalachian tone and long A's and stuff. But you can imagine, we're not talking about slashers and killers. We're talking about streetwalkers when he says it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, but I love you, Chris. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. So yeah, it's coming back. Cryptid heavy. UFOs, which is a big thing, especially with the government disclosures and whatnot.
And classes, education focused still, workshops, classes, ghost hunts, but we're still going to have those educational seminars and workshops. So yeah, and the vendors are going to be bigger. I would say 90% of our vendors are coming back. Can you believe that?
Actually, I can. I've been to several Paracons in my life, and y'all pulled like a class. It was classy. Like if you want to go to Paracon and you want to feel kind of classy, I think you guys hold that. You're holding that spot. That's your niche. You're good at it, and people have. I've heard a lot from people. They love it.
I walked away feeling like I just extended my family, and Voodoo Authentica knocked it out the frickin' park with that ceremony, and then everything they did during playing the drums and just sharing our voodoo heritage and culture here. So many people got the point of it. The point of it is it is to showcase voodoo, but it's also for everyone to see our similarities instead of our differences.
Yep.
And so Voodoo Authentica was such a great part of that. So thank you, Brandy and Papa Czar and everyone from Voodoo Authentica. You guys, y'all are the best. Great co-local ambassadors with us for sure. Free jelly.
Definitely. I want to say thank you to Jesse. I can't remember the voodoo title that he possesses, and I apologize. But Jesse.
Wait. Unga.
It's
Unga.
Something, and I don't want to screw it
Unga.
up. But Unga Jesse, you're the man.
He
was so cool. Like all of them were amazing. So yeah, when, not if, but when you guys come down to see us next year, I'll be there running around. I don't really know what I do at cons. I just sort of appear sometimes. So I'll be there. But come see us. And then go to Voodoo Authentica. Yeah. Like
I just fix shit. That's what I do. That's what I do. So July 30th through August 1st next year is the same weekend. So yay. Open contact next year.
That's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm calling.
I thought that had
in 2027.
I thought that. So you're gonna have. So by then you'll have both of your contacts for your eyes too.
I like what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. So, but I hate to do this, and I hate to bring the mood down right here at the beginning. But I do need to say we lost a brother in the paranormal. Shane McLean. Let me put a picture up of him, and I will talk about just a little bit. I don't want to get further ahead of the family, but where did I put his picture? 1 second, please, everybody. I'm looking. There it is.
Oh, I did see him. Yeah.
So, Father Shane McLean left this plane of existence at around 6 p.m. yesterday. He'd had a long battle with multiple illnesses. I don't know full details, so I'm not going to go into it. However, his wife, she is posting sort of like a healing journal and kind of talking about what she's going through on their Facebook page. It's Andy and Shane McLean on Facebook. If you guys know her, or even if y'all don't know them, and you follow them, show some support. It's pretty rough. I was on his show several times on his podcast. He was on mine. An amazing man that I never got to meet face to face, even though he lived 2.5 hours from me. So let that be a lesson. Like, if there's people that you want to meet and they're close, like, go meet them, because like I don't have a chance now in this lifetime. So thoughts and prayers with Angie, his wife, and all of All Access Network. That's Lee Triana Terry Brown's network. He had a show on her network too, so they're all feeling that and they're reeling from that. So please keep all of them in your thoughts and prayers. Yeah. So till Valhalla, brother. It's unfortunate, but it happens every day. I wonder. Now let's turn it a little bit, and I'm going to ask his wife at some point. I wonder if they have a code word for ITC. Because me and my wife do. If I go first, I have a code word to speak over. So, anyway, let's bring this back up. And let's talk about our guest.
Yes.
This evening.
So, also an attendee.
And we're going to talk about it too.
Of the Paracon and part of Bloodline Paranormal. So
I have questions. I have several questions, and let's just get to it, because I want to have as much time with this guy as possible. Because just talking to him backstage, this is going to be fun because his energy's pretty cool. So
yeah, it is. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
Greg Stanley, the Greg Stanley, Skykick Greg Stanley.
Welcome to the show.
I can see everybody, but I can't hear.
Uh-oh.
I can see, but I can't hear.
We're gonna pull you back down and
All
say
right, I will. I'm gonna send him a message in the group message. But while we're working on that, what else you want to talk about? Sam, who else? Who else do we want to?
Well, you brought up
Oh,
All Access
hello, Pakistan.
Network. Hello, Pakistan. You brought up All Access Network and Let Triana Terry Brown. They broadcast live throughout the whole Paracon, and the hunt at the Andrew Jackson, I forget which night when it was, they set a record of viewership on their network.
Yeah,
I think it's
67,000.
Yeah. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of that exposure and PR and press, and hopefully great content that you guys got for sure. That was crazy. I mean, with poor Len. So what's his name? Oh my gosh, sorry. My brain is a little
Yeah, you
fried.
talking about Lynn Dorman with Southern Pride?
Yeah, so James Stokes dressed up in full Jason costume. And Len was broadcasting, interviewing Ron Iacovetti and Lourdes Gonzalez. So I told James's wife, Sammy, I'm like, hey, go tell James to photobomb that podcast. Oh, he did. So Jason Voorhees appeared on Len Norman's show in full costume.
I mean, it was there was no telling what you saw when you're at the Paracon. I'll tell you what I really enjoyed. While our guests, I had our guests go ahead and go out and then try to come back in, and he's coming in now. But let's see if thumbs up if you can hear. Greg, can you hear us? Good. Okay, so we have audio.
Yay.
But I just wanted to mention real quick, throwing the beads off the balcony. That was fun. So let's pick that up with Psychic. Greg, I'm sorry.
Stanley. My
Well,
brain
no, I
is
just looked over, and if you'll look, the person from Pakistan says, my house is being haunted by a jinn.
Oh.
Please tune in next week, and we will talk about the jinn, because when I was in Iraq, I had to deal with the jinn too, and that's a very good topic.
Yeah.
So, Greg Stanley.
Yes. Hi, everybody.
Yay.
Yes, I can hear and see you perfectly fine now.
Perfectly. I think
Okay,
the original, I think what it was going to be, the reason you have sound is you're just going to have to read us through the podcast and just say what you got and just, based on not what we were saying, but what you were feeling about us. So.
I know. Oh my gosh, what an opportunity I just missed.
Oh, wow. I think it's much better that we didn't do that, because we were sort of running out of stuff to talk about with each other, and we need you, Greg. We need you.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm here for. I'll come in and fill in the blanks anytime you need me.
So how did you? Okay, first of all, since we were just talking about throwing the beads off the balcony,
okay,
were you able to enjoy that festivity? And what did you?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, some people down below loved having the beads land on them or land around their neck, and some were very surprised or confused. It's just kind of looking at the reaction of everybody was interesting.
Yeah, I saw one poor guy get taken across the left side of the face, and
Oh man!
And I'm just like, poor guy. But then I laughed, and then I tried to throw it at him.
Right. It's like, bless you, everybody. Bless you, throwing the beads up.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, only in New Orleans. That was my first time there. So.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I've never gotten to do that anywhere else. Just New Orleans.
Yeah. It's a thing. Those are actually small beads. So imagine some about 10 times the size of the bead.
Oh man.
Being chucked at you from a float. I mean, I think Chris has had blood drawn. I know I've had some lumps, and it's you got
so
a lot with your hand up at all times.
Let's explain what the beads are for our foreign viewers.
So during Mardi Gras, they throw beads from the floats from the parades, and then the balconies on Bourbon Street, you also throw beads, yes, like that to people.
Like this.
Yep,
Um,
that's what was thrown.
yep. So the parades actually used to go when it first started, go down Bourbon Street, and since they've gotten so
That's
much
so
bigger,
tiny.
I know, but they were horse drawn back
Oh,
then.
fair.
And and then you had the flambeaux, which were the lights. They would carry flames to light up the path or the floats at night when it got dark. So it moved to different routes throughout the city. Walking parades still happen in the quarter, but so we keep the bead tradition going on Bourbon Street. So everyone at the Paracon, vendors, different package holders, the guest speakers and stuff got to attend and throw some beads off a balcony on Bourbon Street because
Yep.
why not?
Okay. Now, since you said that was your first time in New Orleans, and it was mine too, and I have an answer to this, but I want to hear yours. First impressions when you stepped out on the street and the energy hit you, what did you think?
Well, it kind of felt like I was underwater, but I wasn't. It felt like it wasn't necessarily well, it wasn't a bad energy at all. It was just I kind of felt like if you know when you jump in a pool and then you're underwater and then you kind of start floating up a bit. I had that sensation like I was floating up, but I'm not in water. I'm walking on regular land. That's the sensation. That's the energy that I got.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you said water because I was standing on the balcony and I believe I was talking to Bobby Culkin, Resnick, and I
Mhm.
said, it feels like I'm getting hit by waves.
Yes. That's exactly
And
what
I
it
was
feels
like,
like.
right. And I live in the Appalachian Mountains. We've got plenty of energy, but I've
Right.
never felt anything quite like that. Like New Orleans is crazy.
Oh yeah. I felt I could feel the spirits, like the hundreds of spirits that were all over the place there. It was just filled with that. So it was like, man, is it just the spirits are making me feel this way? Or is it that the city is below sea level? What's the deal here?
Yeah.
I,
It
I went through the checklist too, and I got
Yeah.
nothing. I got nothing.
It was like a combination of everything. Yeah.
when Chris and
Right.
I when Chris and I leave town, we sometimes when I get out of the car off a plane, I literally
Mhm.
feel like 10 pounds lighter. When I first was figuring out I had abilities, I'd walk down the street and I would explain to people it felt like there was this like if you're hit by a gust of wind and it pushes you because it's so strong, it felt
Yeah.
like that, but there's no
Yeah.
wind, is what it felt like.
I
And no,
see.
it's not a bad energy at all. It's intense. I guess it's this condensed, neighborhood city of just this intense energy.
Yeah,
Um,
I would agree.
I have to
Yeah, it
tell a
is.
lot of people
Yep.
that when they're coming here and they have abilities to shield, make sure you're shielded because if you're not prepared for it, it can knock you on your butt a little bit until you get used to it.
And as my beautiful wife here says, she says, but also felt oddly at home everywhere in the quarter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would agree with that also.
yeah. Where
I
it's
felt very welcome. I felt very welcome there.
And I want to say that I think that we've been talking about it for so much, Chris and I here, my husband and I, and the intent. I think it comes from the intention that the spirits here knew what our intent of the Paracon was, and it was all positive.
Yes.
So, that I think is why it was so welcoming, why the ghost hunt locations were so active,
Yeah.
because they knew it was good and everything we were doing had the best of intentions.
I loved the ghost hunts.
Which ones did you do?
I did the Andrew Jackson Hotel And I also did the bus tour where we went to the graveyards and whatnot. And that's where I remember seeing Brandon on the bus. And we went and got our beignets and all that stuff after we visited the first creepy graveyard. And yeah, it was a treat. Literally, I was like, oh wow, we're on a ghost hunt, and here we are going to get beignets.
Yeah. Welcome to
That's
New Orleans,
right.
dead people in pastry. You know,
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, with the Andrew Jackson hotel experience, it was cool having Patty Negri come in there with her sidekick Kiara Young, and they ended up just following me into the closet, and we all started channeling together in there, which was a really fun experience. And it's like whenever you go on these adventures, you got to wing it. And if you're a shy person or you're a control freak, you're not going to have a very fun time because you're really not in control of anything during those things. And it was neat being able to sit there with two other mediums, and we were totally vibing and helping each other. And it was a really interesting experience.
did Master come out for you?
Not for me. No. He didn't come up for me. Not in the closet. I know other people. That I heard them talking about Master coming up, and even the guy that calls himself Priest, he didn't bother me in there.
No, Priest isn't going to. He only picks on people like me that aren't shielded well. So he
Oh,
he picks on low hanging fruit, but anybody who's real developed in their gifts and shielding, he knows that he's gonna. It's like running up against a brick wall. So he and
mhm.
sometimes he leaves. If like
Well,
Father Sebastian walked in there and Priest is like out, he's like I'm done out.
yeah, we
Right.
had the spirit box going, and he didn't even come through the spirit box. A lot of other spirits came through, but he did not come through in there
Yeah, I think he knew
for
he
me.
was kind of. I really think he kind of we were getting them in other places. So I think it depended upon who was where. And if you
Mhm.
got a lot of people with very well developed and protected abilities, he's like, oh, screw this. I can't do anything to you. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Right.
Exactly. I rarely have the negative spirits bother me, and it's because I am very well shielded, and I had to shield myself from a young age because I was bothered and tormented by lower energies and demonic beings for many years, and because nobody believed me. I grew up in a religious household, and anytime I was scared of something or I mentioned something, I was told to shut up. I was told it's not real, it's not true, I'm making it up, and it only fueled them even more begin to come after me because no one believed me. When somebody doesn't believe you, you have no power. You're just fresh meat all the time,
Yeah,
and that's how it felt.
true. Very true. I had very similar experience, not necessarily dark, but with people not believing me too. So,
Right.
um, so when did
I,
you, Patty calls it coming out
well,
of the broom
I was
closet. When did you come out the broom closet?
I was gonna
Oh,
say I just I just noticed something. So you were talking about how like the spirits pick on like lesser energies that they feel or whatever. Well, that's also human nature. So which came first, the chicken or the egg? What is
It's
it
true.
because it's human nature that it carries over? Like, let's say you're in prison, for instance. There everybody picks on the weakest link. So
Yeah.
I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. It just popped in my head.
Yeah.
well, I think that they do prey on the weakest link, but I also think they prey on the strongest of us because they want us to be silenced. They want us to be small, and so they can manipulate us.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I had to figure out for myself, I had to start fighting back. And that's how I got them to stop bothering me. And when you had mentioned the lower energies, I had to fight off those lower energies because I had no one that believed me, so I had to start standing up for myself. It's like, the kid that is getting picked on out in the schoolyard and everything, eventually
Right.
he's gonna grow up and he's gonna punch back, he's gonna push back. You better freaking believe I pushed back. And
Yeah.
I got sick of it, and I was like, I enough of this already. I'm tired of being scared all the time. I'm tired of not being able to sleep. And speaking of coming out of the broom closet, so I came out of the actual closet in 2008, the very end of 2008, beginning of 2009, and I swore I would never live my life in secret again. And so I had the courage 2 years later to come out about my spiritual abilities, and that was me coming out of the spiritual closet. So that would have been 2011.
Okay. It's really
So
hard.
I do, and
especially when
I do want to real quick, because you're talking about that you had to learn how to block your abilities and stuff. I know there's somebody out there watching this just now learning and coming into their abilities, but they don't know how to block and they're afraid of it. What advice would you have for like the new person so they wouldn't have to go through what you went through?
Okay, so I will tell you, for me, my way of blocking it out is actually tuning it out. It really doesn't turn off. So I explain it like, if the television's on somewhere, yeah, it's on, but it doesn't mean I'm paying attention to it. I can tune it out. Now, if you say, "Oh, what's on the TV?" Okay, I'll look over. Oh, CNN's on. Oh, now I just switched over to Fox News. Okay, now there's a blonde lady talking about X, Y, and Z. I have to look at it. But if I am not paying any attention to it, it's on, but I'm tuning it out. So for me, I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for myself and my ability. And mine never turns off. Like right now, it's on. I'm just talking to you guys right now. And unless I tune into it, then it's just in the background. So my advice to people is figure out a way to tune it out. Just like you figure out a way where maybe you're in a restaurant and the TV's on, or you're in a restaurant and the radio's on. They're not going to turn it off. Most likely, they're not going to turn it off just for you. You have to learn to tune it out. So if you can figure out a way to tune it out, that is a way of protecting yourself, because I can't imagine if I couldn't eat or enjoy myself because I'm just so taken away all the time by the music or by every television or every monitor that's on. You just gotta kind of keep going. That's my advice, and that's what I had to do.
Well, that's very solid advice. That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, if I could clap my hands, stomp my feet, voodoo, voodoo, chicken doo doo, and it goes away, that would be great. But it don't work that way.
No, it does
No,
not.
it does not. So I have, believe it or not, I get that question a lot from people. They say, "How do I tune it off? How do I turn it off and everything like that?" And I'm like, I don't really think you can. I mean, at least in my experience. However, I have heard people that say they can turn it off. They can tune it off. How, if it's that they're just ignoring it, or if they actually can turn it off, congratulations to them, because I cannot.
Patty and I were talking about this, and she's not the first person to say it's really not an on-off switch, it's a dimmer switch that doesn't have an off.
Good. That's a very good way to put that. I like that. Yeah. And I would agree with that. It's it's how much attention are you giving it?
Yeah.
And that's so when I'm required to give it attention, I give it attention, but I do not allow it to take over me. Just like when I was in New Orleans, I didn't hide in my hotel room the whole time. I had to stay in there a good majority of the time because I was still working while I was there. And I had clients I needed to call and everything like that. So I went back and forth between the Paracon and the hotel a lot. But other than that, I can't just stay and hide. I have to face it. I have to figure it out. I have to figure out how to live in the real world like we all do, knowing that the spiritual world is always present.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. Something that I was talking about with Patty too on her podcast was, as an investigator, she asked me how I use my equipment. Do I use it for validation of abilities? And it's weird that sometimes, but for me, it's a trigger. If I get a word or phrase, it helps me go, it's you. Now, I know you do a lot of tarot with yours, and I know a lot of people
Yes.
that kind of use that as, is that like a combination of like trigger slash I'm on the right path slash like, how do you incorporate tarot into what you do?
It's a tool. And
Yeah.
it helps keep me on track so I don't go off chasing butterflies. And because, so what we were talking about, there's so much background noise and stuff like that. The tarot helps keep me on track. It helps keep me in context. That's the best way to describe it.
Like focus, because there's a lot of
Yes.
chatter. There's a lot of
Yes.
chat.
Oh, definitely. The tarot and I are best friends. I use it in every single one of my readings. Can I do readings without the tarot? Yes, but I don't like to because I am very ADHD. And like I said, I'll go off and be like, oh my God, there's a squirrel. Oh my God, there's a butterfly. So I gotta stay focused, and these things, they're my best friends, and they keep me in context and everything like that. And then even when when sometimes they do take me off the beaten path, and they start taking me off into the woods a little bit, but they lead me somewhere. They don't just lead me they don't just lead me to a dead end road. So the tarot is a very good guide while I am channeling, while I am receiving messages and whatnot. Now, for mediumship, I have used tarot during mediumship, but I don't really need it that much during that. But when I'm doing a past, present, future reading, when I'm doing a psychic reading for somebody outside of mediumship, I absolutely consult the tarot the whole time.
So how did you first pick up tarot? And what was your first deck?
So I started having dreams of tarot cards, and I'm like, why am I having dreams of tarot cards? I didn't know what a single tarot card meant. I had not a clue. And all I knew, it was when you saw a Miss Cleo pop up on the commercials, call me now for your free tarot reading. That's as far as I knew about tarot cards. And I'm like, why am I doing that? And so I ended up, I just kept dreaming about tarot cards. And finally, after pushing it off for months, I went to Borders Easter Sunday, 2011, when Borders bookstore was still open. And I got my first deck of tarot cards. And the second I opened up those cards, it was life changing. It was like the whole world just opened up to me.
Wow.
And it was like a
Ladies
long
and gentlemen,
lost
we
love.
have to interrupt.
Yes.
I totally apologize. And we never interrupt our guests except for
That's
one
okay.
person when they show up. Hi,
Right.
Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Mom. Of course we have to stop. Hi, Mom.
She's like a part of the show.
Yep.
Sorry.
Awesome.
So
Always.
Mom has approved.
Yes.
Mom has approved of me.
Yes.
Oh, great. I'm glad to hear that. Moms are cool. Hi, Mom.
So continue.
So again, my apologies for interrupting, but we have to do
That's
that
okay.
for Mom.
We
Yeah,
interrupted
it was
John's office for Mom too.
cool. Well,
Yeah.
well, it was just amazing. I opened up the tarot cards, and I started looking at the pictures, and it was like an instant download, and it was like a long lost love. It was like a part of me that was missing my whole life. Or a part of me that that I was asleep to. I was awakened.
Yeah.
And after years of being in the church, and I know the Bible beginning to end because I am the grandson of a pastor, and I was very active in my church and whatnot. This whole part of me that was that just laid dormant, it was awakened the moment I opened up those tarot cards. And I had no intentions of becoming a psychic. I was just interested in tarot and I wanted to help people. And I started doing readings for people. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I was right, and it went viral. I had people coming in from out of state, lining up in my mom's kitchen, wanting psychic readings from this new reader, and it was me. And my mom's like, "Who the hell are all these people lining up in my kitchen and sitting on my furniture to get psychic readings? You tell me you're gay 2 years ago. Now you tell me you're psychic. What am I supposed to do with you?" My mom is the pastor's daughter. And so, guess who works for me now when you call the business line to get a reading from me?
Nice.
My mom.
Mom.
Yep. Mom. So speaking of moms, yeah, there we are. So yes, my mom is my assistant.
That's amazing.
Yeah. She was my biggest critic. So when people call and they're like, "I'm skeptical" or "I'm scared," my mom goes, "Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me tell you." And then she helps them feel comfortable sharing her story with them.
Oh, hey Raul. That's amazing. It's a lot to take in for people, that all of a sudden you come out, hey Raul, you come out of the broom closet because you think that you know someone for so long and they're just this way. And then you get the religious background, which, most of them say, well, you're not, this is devil, blah, 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 which is not. It's a lot.
Pardon the interruption. I see you, but I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Brandon?
Okay, I can see you guys, but I can't hear you again. I think I have to go out and come back in again.
Okay, go out.
Be right back.
Oh my goodness.
We're having technical difficulties. Like I just dropped out too a second ago.
Did we bring gremlins? Did you bring gremlins back from New Orleans and feed them after midnight?
Now they probably just came back from the green jelly show.
That's true. Green jelly.
So, and we'll be talking. Look, y'all, we'll talk about green jelly. That show was amazing.
I watched that.
If y'all have never seen green jelly, you see the three little pigs, right? Everybody knows that.
I had to watch it again, just to remind myself what it was. I was like, I remember that. Can you hear and see us now?
Right.
Yep.
Yay.
Can you hear us? Good.
Yes, I can.
Sweet. And we're back at it. Welcome to live TV.
Yes.
Yep.
So no, we were talking about, how it's so hard. You get I've known you for X amount of time, you're this way. Then you're this way all of a sudden, or, we come to realize that this is X is true. And then let's just throw in the religious background. You've got abilities, which a lot of the standard or the big three are like, that's devil, that's this. And it's just a lot of how far away? Yeah. There's a big holy shit moment for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of, things that I was taught to believe in growing up aren't necessarily reality.
I was given more hell for being psychic than for being gay.
Really?
Yeah, than for being gay, yeah.
Wow. And what part of the country did you grow up? Generally?
Canton, Ohio.
Okay, not generally. Canton, Ohio. Wow.
Yep. Midwest.
Me too. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always felt like a fish out of water over there.
Really?
I did. I knew even when I was a little boy, I knew I was with the right family. I was with the right parents. My parents were far from perfect. But I mean, I was definitely with the right family, the right parents. I felt right with the right family. I just didn't feel like I was in the right place. I felt like we were supposed to be somewhere else. And that's why I live in Las Vegas. I lived in Hawaii for several years and I belong out west. And I knew that as a kid.
Wow. Oh, Hawaii, what a beautiful, I want to go. The spiritualness of that is
Oh, yeah,
just wow.
it's
Wow.
beautiful. And there's a lot of activity over there as well.
I bet. Oh, I totally bet. And a lot of education if you
The
go
night
there about
marchers
Native.
over there. The night marchers.
Yes.
What are those? Oh, what are those?
The night marchers. Yep. Oh, you don't want to know.
Well, now that you mentioned it, I think they do want to know. You want to explain it?
You should. What is it? What are they?
So yeah, so they have a thing, and I think I'm lagging. So, but they have a thing called the Night Marchers, and what they are is the warriors of the last queen of the islands, and they still march every night, and they'll march through people's houses, they'll march through the street, and
Yes,
they say do not make eye contact with them because if you make eye contact with them, you will not wake up. And I have seen night marchers.
Really?
Mhm.
So what's the purpose?
I was stationed on Oahu,
So what's their purpose? Are they guarding? Are they collectors? What's their
uh,
purpose?
you can kind of call them the elementals of the island. They're the protectors of the people and the volcanoes and the land and the islands. So they're like the elementals of the islands. I
Greg,
think, if I'm not
did you
mistaken.
see him? Greg, did you see him when you lived there?
I saw the lights. I could see the lights from them, the torches, but I didn't see them. I could feel them and I could hear them, but I could not see them.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Interesting.
There was, in fact, there was one of my clients had a friend who was Hawaiian, and his auntie was Hawaiian. And when the night marchers, it would happen about once a month. The night marchers would be coming and they would come through the house. And his auntie, who did not speak Hawaiian, would start speaking Hawaiian in her sleep. And they could all hear her talking Hawaiian. And it was while the night marchers were walking through the house.
Oh
And she has
wow.
no recollection of it. And she did not speak Hawaiian.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I
Yep,
really
and that happens a lot. That's a big story over there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
I don't speak Hawaiian either.
So
I know a
that's
couple
night marchers.
words, just like she did, but it would be like them speaking through me, and I have no memory of it, which to my knowledge has never happened. But it's just amazing that my client's friend's auntie was Hawaiian and didn't speak the language, but yet she channeled it when they came through in the middle of the night.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
No, I really want to go.
They're fascinating. And there's tons of documentaries and little indie paranormal shows that are pretty decent that talk about night marchers. So there's stuff out there.
I need to see. Here, talk about that. So Greg, we're the Bloodline Paranormal. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Bloodline Paranormal is a small group of people that investigates different hauntings, hauntings at different locations. We investigated the Andrew Jackson Hotel there in New Orleans, which that's where Patty Negri and Kiara Young had come in and channeled with us. We go with equipment. We have different kinds of equipment that we can detect if there's spirit activity in there. We use the spirit box, so they communicate through the box as well. They communicate through me. I recently just joined the group. It's a newer group, and I joined them and I'm their psychic. So that's my contribution to the group. And we just investigated the Boulder Dam Hotel here in Las Vegas and in the Boulder City area, and that was a really interesting experience. And we do film, so we do post videos to YouTube. We posted the Andrew Jackson experience to YouTube, and we are about to post the Hoover Dam experience to YouTube as well.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah, only three of us came out to the Paracon,
Mhm.
and because the other ones they also have jobs and they weren't able to take off work and whatnot. But it was Michelle Diaz and Melissa Rydeen and we came out to the Paracon and attended and went on all the ghost tours and brought all of our equipment and everything, and just a wonderful, humble group of people. I can't I just think they're amazing, and they're fun to work with. They're so humble. They're so welcoming to me, and I feel like I'm a part of the family. I feel right on with them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh
So
yeah,
is
they
there
treat me like
anything
family.
is there anything when you guys were at the Andrew
Perfect.
Jackson that stood out to you as far as evidence or anything you caught? Because I haven't seen any. I know what we get there. I haven't really seen anybody's evidence. And people have talked about a few stories, but
What was really interesting was when I first went to the hotel, and this is on the little segment that we did for New Orleans. I walked up to the Andrew Jackson Hotel for the first time, and I saw kids. So I was like, "There's got to be." It's like I feel like this might have been a school or an orphanage or like a doctor's office for kids or something like that, or a dental office. I just see kids everywhere, and I can sense fire and the smell smoke and whatnot, and then found out that it was a long time ago. It was a school, and
yeah,
it was an orphanage, and five kids died in fire that broke out there in New Orleans. And I was like, wow, it was really interesting that I picked up on that. And I always like getting validation. I don't need it, but I like it because it helps me not feel crazy. And because it feels like I'm making it up, and I'm not.
yeah.
It's really just channeling through. So that was an interesting experience. That really stood out to us. And one thing that stood out to us outside of the Andrew Jackson Hotel, it was the bus tour. And when we were hearing the stories about the hospital where the patients had been abandoned during Katrina, that hit us pretty hard.
Yep.
It's not just, investigations are not only fascinating and cool to do and everything like that. It's humbling, and it really tugs at your heartstrings because that happened during our lifetime.
Yeah. It
Right.
it's
Right.
horrible.
And that was the first time I'd ever been there too. So
Wow.
like we all
There's
got to experience that
actually
together. Yep.
a documentary out called Big Charity about Charity Hospital and some theories.
I mean, it it was it struck a nerve with some people. There was it looks like this woman who appeared to be a medical professional. She was kind of combative with for a minute there with the person that was leading the group, and saying that's illegal. You can't abandon your patients. That's illegal. And he's like, look, this isn't a debate. This is fact. This happened.
Yeah.
Yes, it's illegal to abandon your patients. It happened.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, it happened.
It
And
did.
nobody likes it. But it's whether you want to hear it or not is the better way to say it. Whether you want to hear it or not, this happened. It's historical. It happened, and they were called to abandon their patients.
Yep. Yep. There was no way to
Big
get the patients out.
failure of the government.
Yeah, there was no way to get the patients out and no power.
Correct.
So they were like, okay, it's horrible. It's just it is the most horrible man-made disaster that's ever happened. And yes, Katrina was man-made. It wasn't the hurricane, it was the
Pretty
failure of the levees. It was
Oh,
not.
absolutely. It was a failure across the whole board. And you know what? Speaking of Katrina, I remember when it happened. And I do remember it was very devastating, and it was very hard to watch on television and whatnot. I was just a teenager, but I I didn't understand the depth of it until I came to New Orleans. And I
Yeah.
learned more and more about it,
Right.
especially on this tour. I learned most of it about this on the tour. I'm like, wow, okay, so the levees failed. All this other stuff happened. The pumps were not working. The drainage systems were not working, and everything was compromised. I didn't even remotely know the effect of the damage, the extent of the damage until I came for the Paracon.
Yeah. It's crazy. So then when you have a mass death like that, think of the energy that's
Hmm.
sitting here from that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I when I was in front of the one hospital, not Charity Hospital, what's the name of the other hospital?
Lindy
That
Boggs.
the one that where the
Mercy.
patients were abandoned.
Lindy Boggs.
Okay, so we were
Yeah.
there,
Ladybugs.
and it was like, yeah, we were. It was a ghost tour, but it was like I had nothing but love and respect, and I just wanted to give those souls that had passed there nothing but dignity, and just reflect on that and everything. It was very humbling.
Yeah. I'm glad you came and I'm glad you see the uniqueness of the city and the heart and
Yes,
soul for sure. It's a
and I'm
lot of
glad it wasn't all destroyed by Katrina.
no, we were lucky.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah. So what do you have on the slate for Bloodline Paranormal and just you?
So we are going to be investigating. I think it's called Pamdale. I think I can't remember the name of it, but we're going to a hotel down in California. Probably, I think it's the weekend of the 17th of September, and we're going to be investigating there. And in the meantime, I'm just doing what I always do. This is all I do full time is the psychic readings. I read for people all over the world, mostly over the phone and video call. Thanks to technology, I also do in-person readings, but I reach a lot of my people over the phone and over video call.
It's amazing how it works. I mean,
Mhm.
it you just have to connect with
Right.
energy. So
Yeah.
for,
Oh,
for
I've been
anyone,
on radio forever. I was on iHeartRadio for over 10 years, and
okay.
I would read live listeners over the air and just using their voice vibrations
Yep.
successfully.
Hello, Emil. How are you, dear? He's like, I was the guy who just walked in the AJ with the camera. Emil was with Paula, who did our a lot of the majority of the social media, and then they were there covering it for it as well, just doing
Yep.
pictures and going to create posts. So
And
that's
speaking of Bloodline Paranormal,
here they are.
we'll pull this up.
Ah, there we are. Yes. Yep. I see him.
Okay. Bloodline
Still going-
Paranormal is we are still going through our footage and reviewing between our day jobs. We did have some interactions at the Andrew Jackson Hotel with a I don't know how to put that word on YouTube. So just read it. A displaced woman who had wandered in.
Dead woman?
Interesting.
Dead woman.
I guess.
Question: Did you get a name? Bloodline, tell me, did you get a name
Oh crap.
of the
There
woman?
was, but I can't remember the name. Maybe they'll remember. I can't remember the name. There's so many of them that come through. I can't always remember names.
I
They
may know
might.
who you're talk about too. So I may know there's something that I've gotten there from almost the first day I walked in there
Mhm.
in 2018. And 3 separate investigators with us who have been there independent of each other, have all gotten the same name and the same set of circumstances.
Incredible.
So if they can
You know what
remember
would be fun if after Bloodline Paranormal goes through all of their footage, if we bring everybody with Bloodline back and we do like an evidence review of the Andrew Jackson or something, that would be fun.
That would be incredible. I'm sure they would be fine with that.
I think that would be great because I can validate. I'm not going to say anything more about the hotel than you guys have been told. And it would be interesting if I can validate anything that you got based on the years. I mean, 2018 is when I started there. So I've been there a time or two.
Absolutely.
You know, have you? So let's see if they're interested.
So where can people book a reading with you, Greg?
Just go to psychicgregstanley.com or type in on Google Psychic Greg Stanley. All my social media comes up, my website, everything, and my phone number's on there so people don't have to scramble getting the number. It's 808-518-7154. That's the phone number, but don't panic. You'll see it on my website, and if you Google me, Psychic Greg Stanley, everything comes up. And like I said, my social media, Instagram is Psychic Greg Stanley, my TikTok, Psychic Greg Stanley, my YouTube, Psychic Greg Stanley, and I have my phone number posted all over the place. People can directly message me on social media and whatnot. And thank you, Bloodline. They just posted my website on there. And so, yeah, they can get a reading. You just call or text for a reading, and we will get you booked.
Now, do you require a consultation before your readings? Because some I've heard some people do just so they can understand what kind of reading that you're just like, I want to do this. You just do things.
Nope. All I need is your first name or whatever you want me to call you, and you pay and take your payment over the phone, or you can Venmo me, or I can send you a payment link and you pay, and then we start the reading. And I don't even need to know your real name. You can tell me your name's Bob and your real name's Judy. It doesn't matter. I just read you and tell you what I see, and I use the tarot. And I don't need your birth date or your firstborn. I don't need anything. Your zodiac sign. I don't need any of that. I don't do astrology. So yeah.
And so for Bloodline, you said that you have a YouTube channel. So what's that YouTube channel people can see your stuff on?
So I'll have them post it on since they're in the chat right now. They posted my thing. I want them to post theirs as well on there, so they have all that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so
Just
people
give
can
them a
watch
minute.
your evidence and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And yeah, let's get together and plan that AJ evidence review, because I'm excited to hear because here's the thing, we don't do EVP work when we do our public hunts because we're teaching, and
Sure.
The French Quarter's not quiet.
No, it's not quiet
right.
at all, and I understand you can't be doing a tour like that and hear that of the spirit box. So
Yeah. So you got the musicians across the street. You've got the random cars with the big noise. So I'm real interested if anyone did any EVP work, what you got, because I don't know. I don't even know how to use a digital recorder because we can't use it. Like if we do a private investigation, I'm going to sit there with mine and try to remember how to use it.
I'll teach you. I'll show you.
Well, come with us when we go through sometime, and you can see the equipment and whatnot. But yeah, your Bloodline just posted their Bloodline Paranormal on there.
So it's at Bloodline_Paranormal on YouTube. There you go for people that are listening on Spotify too. At Bloodline_.
Go check them out. Follow them.
Yep.
At Bloodline_Paranormal.
And Greg, I guess the most important question, like. Don't
And there.